Happy Sabbath, everyone. Today we're going to talk about David and Goliath. And first we'll start off with David. David was one of the youngest brothers in the family. He had 8 brothers, and he was very left out because he was so small. And so he was very good at being a shepherd and playing the harp. And so one day while tending the sheep, a lion came and ran off with one of his lamb. And so he had to chase it till it stopped. And he grabbed one of his rocks and he got his sling and slung his rock at the lion, and the lion ran away. And so he was victorious with the lion, and but sadly no one was around to see his act. And so he was still very happy that he got the lamb back. And one day when his brothers left to join the army, he felt very left out at that day. He wanted to help out too, because they were at war with the Philistines. And so when his day came to prove himself, it wasn't as he hoped. It wasn't to fight, but it was to play the harp for the king, because he was so stressed out with the war and everything. And so the king Saul, he made a deal with David's dad to play the harp for him during the nighttime and tend the sheep during the day. And so one day when David decided to bring food to his brothers, Goliath came. And so Goliath told all the Israelites to bring one man to fight against him. And so David knew instantly it was his chance to prove to King Saul that he could join to the army. And so he told King Saul, I want to fight Goliath. But King Saul was very doubtful, because David was very small and little. And so David told him about his encounter with the lion. And so technically King Saul gave him armor, but the armor was too heavy for him. And so King Saul gave him a sword, but the sword was also too heavy for him. And so David, as respectfully as he could, said, I can't walk in these armor. I'm not used to it. And so with the king's permission, he took off the armor and he went to the nearby stream, took 5 rocks, because there was 5 giants, but he wanted to face Goliath. And so he went to face Goliath, and Goliath was almost 10 feet tall, and he had a giant spear that looked like it could touch the sky. And when Goliath took one step forward, Goliath just stayed there, and he was saying, you may fight against me with the giant spear, but I fight against you with the name of God. And so David took a rock from his pouch and he slung it at Goliath, hitting its mark right in the forehead. And Goliath fell, and all the Philistines just ran away at that moment because they were so scared. And so David was triumphant. And I have a verse. Does any of you want to read it? Chris?
I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me.
And so the moral is that if we all have faith in God, we can do most things in life and we could conquer any problem. Does anyone want to pray? Tasha, Emily, Chris? Nathan, you want to pray? Come on, someone has to pray. I'll pray. As far as in pray. Father in heaven, please bless us. Thank you for the wonderful story. Let all these people have faith in you so they can triumph all their problems. Make us to always obey you more. In Jesus' name, amen.